Hello guys, I'm Mayuri from VTech Academy. In this session we are going to discuss an example where we are going to solve system of linear equations under matrices using matrix inversion method. So let us consider equations, and now let us name these equations as equation 1, equation 2 and this equation as equation 3. As we already learned, we need to convert these equations in the matrix inversion form Ax equal to t. So the matrix E would be the coefficient matrix. So from equation 1 we get coefficients as 1, 1 and 1. And then from second equation we get 2, 5 and 7. In the last row we get 2, 1 and minus 1. And then coming to the next matrix, which is X, and its elements are X, Y and Z. And the constant matrix D is equal to 9, 52 and 0. So here we already know that in this method we need to use the equation x equal to A inverse into D. And now let us name this equation as equation 4. So before proceeding, let us check whether the matrix A is a singular or non-singular matrix. So in order to check, we need to find the determinant of matrix A denoted by mod A. So using the same procedure, we get here 1 into minus 5 minus of 7 and the next element minus 1 into its minor, which is minus 2 minus 14 plus of 1 into 2 minus 2 into 5, which is 10. So this value is equal to 1 into minus 12 minus of minus 2 minus 14, which becomes minus 16, plus of 1 into 2 minus 10, which is minus 8. So this will be equal to minus 12, then minus 1 into minus 16, which becomes plus 16, and here by multiplying we get minus 8. And then by performing the operations of adding and subtracting, we get minus 4 as the value of determinant A, which is not equal to 0. So now let us write the value of mod A as equation 5, and here we can say that the matrix A is a non-singular matrix. So that now we can proceed with this equation. First let us find the value of A inverse, which is given by the formula adjoint A divided by det A. So adjoint A, which is equal to transpose of cofactor matrix. What we need to do is, we need to find the cofactors of matrix A. So in order to find the cofactors, the first element would be positive as it lies in the first row and the first column, and the value of minus 1 whole power I plus j will be positive. So we get positive into its minor, which is 5 into minus 1, that will be minus 5, minus of 1 into 7, which is minus 7. And then the next element would be negative, so we get minus of, and then by deleting the column and the row in which 1 is present, we get these elements and we need to find the determinant. So 2 into minus 1 will be minus 2, minus of 2 into 7, which is 14. And similarly, here we get positive into the rest elements, which is this matrix, and we need to find the determinant of this matrix. So we get here 2 minus 10. And similarly, these are the cofactors of all the elements. So that implies we get the cofactor matrix as minus 12, 16, minus 8. And then in the next row, we get the elements as 6, then we get 3, and then minus of minus 1 will be plus 1. And in the last row, we get the elements as 2, minus 5 and 3. So this matrix is called as cofactor of a matrix A. And now transpose of this matrix will become the adjoint of matrix A. So it is right, adjoint of matrix A is equal to, the first column becomes the first row, that is minus 12, 2 and 2. And then the next row will be in the form of 16, 3 and minus 5. And the third row is in the form of minus 8, 1 and 3. And now let us name this equation as equation 6. So now let us use equation 5 and equation 6 and substitute in the formula of A inverse which is equal to adjoint A by det A. So we can write this as 1 by the determinant value, which is minus 4, into the matrix of adjoint A. And now let us name this value as equation 7. And then in order to find the matrix X, we need to use equation 4. That is, X is equal to, so by using equation 7, let us write the value of A inverse, that is 1 by minus 4 into the adjoint A matrix, that is minus 12, 2, 2 and so on, into the matrix D, which is 9, 52 and 0. So here what we need to do is use the concept of multiplication of matrices. So let's proceed and multiply the matrices. So before multiplying these both matrices, let us check with the condition, that is number of columns in the first matrix. So here we have the columns 1, 2 and 3. So let us write 3 over here. Whether it is equal to number of rows in the second matrix. So here there are 3 rows. So here it satisfies the condition. So hence we can say that the matrix multiplication is possible. So that implies we get here X equal to 1 by minus 4 into the matrix multiplication of first row with the first column. We get minus 12 into 9 plus of 2 into 52 plus of 2 into 0. And then multiplying the second row with the column, we get 16 into 9 plus of minus 3 into 52 plus of minus 5 into 0. And similarly in the third row we get minus 8 into 9 plus 1 into 52 plus 3 into 0. And here by multiplying we get minus 1 by 4 into minus 12 into 9, which is minus 108 plus of 2 into 52, which is 104 plus of 2 into 0, that is 0. And in the second row we get 16 into 9, that is 144 plus of minus 3 into 52, we get minus 156 plus of minus 5 into 0 is nothing but 0. Then in the next row we get minus 72 plus 52 plus 0. So that implies we get here 1 by minus 4 into minus 108 plus 104 is minus 4, and then here by subtracting we get minus 12 and at last we get minus 20. And then by multiplying the determinant value we get minus 4 divided by minus 4, that is 1. And in the second row we get minus 12 divided by minus 4, we get the element 3, and at last we get 5. And these values are equal to the variable matrix X, which is equal to its elements X, Y and Z. And by equating the corresponding elements we get the solutions of system of equations, which are X equal to 1, Y equal to 3 and Z is equal to 5. And now for verification, let us consider the equation 1, which is X plus Y plus Z is equal to 9. And by substituting the solutions in equation 1, we get 1 plus 3 plus 5, which is equal to the value on the RHS side, which is 9. So that implies by adding we get 9 equal to 9. So therefore LHS is equal to RHS. So we can see that these are the unique solutions of given system of equations. And make a note that in matrix inversion method we use the equation X equal to A inverse into D, and the value of A inverse is equal to adjoint A by det A. So in this way we solve system of linear equations under matrix inversion method. In our next video we are going to deal with Cramer's rule. So stay tuned. Thanks for watching. Have a nice day.